Speaking at Statin's digital quarterly media briefing on Friday, Director General Carol Coy announced a 6.4% GDP growth in the January to March quarter of 2022 compared to last year.
This was due to growth in both the services and goods producing industries of 8.9% and 0.4% respectively. The performance in the economy reflected the continued recovery of the economy from the negative impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Ms. Coy also mentioned that the relaxation of the restrictions had a significant impact on the service industries.
The performance of the services industries was impacted by the relaxation of global travel restrictions and the easing of COVID-19 containment measures. The highest growth was recorded in the hotels and restaurants industry of 107.1%, and this was influenced by the 230.1% increase in foreign national arrivals during the quarter.
Now for your market updates. In foreign exchange trading for Friday, July 15, the US dollar sold for an average of $152.61. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $117.26. The pound sterling traded for $180.45, and the euro sold for an average of $155.75. The following reflects the movement of the JSE indices in Friday's trading session. The JSE index declined by 652 points to close at over 300,000 units. The junior market index declined by 18 points to close at over 4,000 units. The combined market index declined by 774 points to close at over 300,000 units, and the All Jamaican Composite Index declined by 768 points to close at over 400,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 105 stocks, of which 34 advanced, 51 declined, and 20 traded firm. Stocks advanced for 138 Student Living Jamaica Limited, AMG Packaging and Paper Company Limited, and Caribbean Assurance Brokers Limited. Stocks declined for 1834 Investments Limited, Access Financial Services Limited, and Barita Investments Limited. Trading firm were 138 Student Living Jamaica Limited Variable Preference, Berger Paints Jamaica Limited, and Blue Power Group Limited. The following companies represent the overall volume leaders: Mailpack Group Limited with over 2 million units, Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited, and Wigton Windform Limited ordinary shares with over 1 million units. In regional stocks, in Trinidad and Tobago, Clico Investment Fund was the only active security with over 10,000 shares. On the Barbados Stock Exchange, Epley Caribbean Property Fund Development Fund was the sole security trading almost 100,000 shares. In regional news, the Belize Parliament on Friday approved legislation reinstating the 10% cut in salaries to public servants that the government had instituted in 2021. Prime Minister Briceño said that his government's economic performance over the last fiscal year had improved significantly and that the restoration of the 10% comes 2 years in advance of the initially established period. The St. Kitts-based Eastern Caribbean Central Bank has given regulatory approval to a consortium of banks acquiring the branches and banking operations of the CIBC First Caribbean in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Kitts and Nevis. The 4 members of the consortium are National Bank of Dominica Limited, Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Limited, and Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Limited. The consortium signed a definitive agreement on October 12, 2021, and the ECCB handed down its approval of the acquisition on Friday. The ECCB serves as a central bank for Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Kitts Nevis. In market data for oil prices extended gains boosted by a weaker dollar and tight supplies as concerns over gas supply from Russia mounted, offsetting demand fears brought on by a possible recession and China lockdowns. Brent crude rose by $2.34 to $103.50 a barrel, and West Texas Intermediate crude was up $1.89 at $99.48. And that was the business report on PBCJ. I'm Danita Rodney.